love you. Welcome back
Thank you so much.
to the show.
Thank you so much.
They love you. I always like having you here. I have to ask you, as a New Yorker, are you excited about the Knicks?
Oh my God, it's the greatest thing ever.
It's the best, right?
It's the greatest thing. Yeah. I'll tell you, but the really great thing about it is they're kind of like the underdog, you know?
They were.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up, the Knicks were very dominant in the 90s, you know, and I lived in New Jersey, and kind of we resented everything that was in New York because it seemed so much more exciting than what we had. And so it was always kind of like hard to root for the Knicks, you know, as a New Jerseyite, you know, and the Nets weren't great. And so now it's like, this is like America's team. Finally, we are like the Cinderella story, you know?
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
How New York can be an underdog.
Exactly, exactly.
You don't ever think of New York as an underdog.
No, and the way so I love basketball, but like I feel too guilty like choosing one team, you know? Because I feel like, what about the other team, you know?
You feel bad for the other.
For the other team. And so the way I would root for teams was like this very convoluted thing that I came up with when I was younger, which was just basically like, I root for the team whose city needs it the most. You know what I mean? So like, for example, like New York, we have so much stuff, you know what I mean? That like, do we really need it? But I think this year we did. But like for the most part, like Oklahoma City, I saw a game at the arena down there, you know? And it's like, that city is like all about OKC, you know?
Yeah.
And so normally I kind of root for them. I'm like, this city needs this team. New York, we can go to Schmigadoon, you know?
We have things to do here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's good. I wanted to talk to you about the story I heard about. You were in Turks and Caicos.
That's right.
And you got stuck there because you lost your passport.
Yes, yes.
Right? And I have a picture of you actually from.
Oh, really?
You're standing by a pool. Looks like you're having a blast.
Yeah.
Looks like you're having a blast.
Well, they told me to smile, and that's how I smile. Yes, I'm not a beach person. You know, I went down there on like kind of this professional thing, a wife's colleague, and so you know, I don't like when it's hot or if there's sand or if people are happy, and so. But then on the second day, a miracle occurred, which is that I lost my passport, and then it was amazing, because then I had a task. I was on the phone with the embassy. I was on the phone with the airlines. I was walking around. I was with security. I went to the police station in Turks and Caicos. It turned out to be this incredible experience, you know.
Not what one would expect.
No, but I will say, if you're anything like me and you go on a vacation, you know, with your family or something, you know, misplace it, at least for a day or something. Misplace your passport.
Interesting thing. Did you get it back finally?
So yeah, so like I canceled it with the embassy. I was speaking to somebody, she was in the Coast Guard. It was fascinating. Why is she in the Coast Guard, but she's dealing with my passport? Not a good idea, you know. But anyway, like, so, and then finally, so I canceled it. You know, I reported my passport as lost, right? And then I got to the airport and they say, right this way, and of course we have your passport. And I was like, wait, how did you get it? And they were like, somebody brought it here. And I was like, oh, I just canceled it. I
didn't think to check the airport.
I didn't think to check the airport. Yeah.
Why?
I know. I'll tell you why. I was too distracted being happy about dealing with the embassy.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't think I've ever said this to a guest, but since the last time you were on our show, you've donated a kidney.
Yeah.
And this is amazing.
Thank
you. To a complete stranger.
Yeah.
What
well,
made you...
I learned about this, and this is just like something anybody could do. Like, you know, it's for me, pain-free. It was quick. They compensate you if you have to miss work to get the surgery. You live what they say, you live a longer life because they put you through such a battery of tests before you donate that you end up living, like they say, longer than your non-donor peers because, you know, you have to be so healthy to do it. And so I live a perfectly normal life. My other kidney is growing, and somebody else, you know, who was on dialysis or dying, you know, is able to have a real life now.
That's amazing. That's an amazing thing that you did.
Thank you.
I love you did it. Very generous.
Oh, thanks.
Let's talk about your new movie, Minions and Monsters. Man, I'm excited about the new Minion movie. It's fantastic. Illumination, they make the best movies.
They do, yeah. They really do.
Were you excited when they said, oh, we would love you to be a voice in this?
Yeah, it's amazing, especially when they told me what it was about, because it's like about... I had just been on like a press tour for directing a movie and everything, and they were like, this is about like the history of filmmaking. And so this movie is this really clever, like if you're an adult and interested in like the history of film, it's this really incredible movie that has all these funny like allusions to old Hollywood. It's about when the talkies came into Hollywood, so you know, and the Minions are trying to make their own movie. It's so clever and so creative, but if you're a kid, you know, it's just a really funny, sweet, silly movie.
You'll laugh at everything, You voice Dort.
That's right, I'm Dort.
The robot.
Yeah.
So there's Dort right there. And
Yeah.
is it difficult to find the voice of Dort?
Yes, yes. I did a kind of. The interesting thing about the character is that I play a robot that's assessing Earth to try to maybe take over Earth, but at the same time, you might think he's like just a guy in a bad robot costume. And so I'm both like this kind of evil robot, but also maybe kind of like this sweet, nervous guy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fantastic.
and that's me.
Well, I want to show everyone a clip.
Wait, no. Before you show a clip, I have to get something.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, okay. Where am I going? Okay. Thank you. Okay, so this is just in case.
Wow. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, it's
That's a lot of popcorn. Wow.
it's a long clip.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
it's a long clip. Okay, yeah. We got, all right, this is fantastic. We'll have some popcorn together?
Yes, please.
Can we eat it?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, fantastic.
Great.
All right.
All right.
Here's Jesse Eisenberg as Dort in Minions and Monsters. Take a look.
Scusa!
Ah, greetings. I am Dort.
Però Dort, soy Dick.
Salutations, Richard.
No, le Dick.
Okay. Do you want to assist Dort in a potentially dangerous mission?
Si!
Great! Follow Dort back to Dort's secret lair!
Yeah! Jesse Eisenberg, everybody. Minions and Monsters hits theaters July 1st. More Tonight Show after the break. Stick around.